Good morning, traders, and God bless. I am Ricky Gaspard, your host for this pre-market session. And just like we do each morning, we'll be waiting for stocks to pop up. Once they pop up, we come down and check this label here, the current bar volume, which is the very last candle. We want to make sure we have high volume flow here. We want a battle going on between the buyers and the sellers. We want these numbers to really be ticking away. And once we confirm the volume, we want to see these green bars, which are buyers, breaking above this yellow average volume line. And down here on the My Blessing, we'd like to see this line also turning up and green, just like back here. And then the money flow indicator, we want this one green as well. You'll also notice a bubble here. This is the percentage of buyers and sellers within this candle. We want this to be up above 50, preferably 70, 80, 90. And we want to see these labels up here, at least two of them green, preferably all three. I know it sounds a little bit complicated, but if you look up here when it's really firing, everything will just be green. You don't have to run through each indicator. It will be obvious that it's all green. Also, if you are new here, make sure that you don't just come here and start trading. You could lose some or all of your money. Do it the old-fashioned way. Write it down on paper, your entry, your exit, and your results. If you are profitable over time on paper, change over to real money, but trade small share size. Anywhere between 1 and 10 shares will do it. If you continue to be profitable with real money, all you have to do to increase your profit is increase your share size. Also, I am not a financial advisor. Make sure you reach out to the proper authorities before you take any of my advice or use any of my indicators. You could lose some or all of your money. Over in your active trader, make sure you have TIF selected and it is pointing to EXT for extended hours so you don't miss a trade in this pre-market session. And thank you, YouTube and premium members, for joining me this morning. It's been a pretty good week. It was a little struggle at the beginning, but we got through it. This is Friday. Remember that people sell stocks on Friday when it comes to the end of the day to go back to cash. So don't get caught when they're all selling. And we have about 2 minutes to go before the top of the hour when the market opens. Enjoy your coffee until then. About a minute to go. Currently on the chart, we're watching TIRX. I do not know if it's going to take off or not, but it's been holding the price level pretty good. All right, say your prayers. Here we go. I'm also watching the scans, not just this stock. Watching these percentages, we want to see the buyers start coming in, and we want to see green bars growing tall, and we're not seeing that yet. Percentages are picking up. The buyers may be coming in to push it all the way up. Good 25-cent candle right there. Hope you caught a piece of it. It may continue to go. Looks like the volume is dying down a little bit, but they still are there. They're holding the price up for now. If it takes too long to rise and you're in profit, I would just take profit. Don't worry about hanging in there and trying to guess if it's going to keep going, because it's looking weak here for some reason. Maybe it'll get the attention of more buyers since it spiked up just a little. Not moving like I prefer, but we are developing wicks on the top of these candles. Those are sellers driving the price back down. So be very careful here. It could drop any minute if they get tired of holding. A few more buyers coming in. The labels are green. Everything up here is green. This is what I was talking about earlier. Well, these changed now. These changed because of the weakness of it not wanting to go up. Looks like they're pulling profits. All right, not a big run, but you could have got 20, 30 cents out of it. Good job, traders. Got Terry with 510, Trader Stud with 280, Greg B with $90, Crab Key with 40, SC Jim 39, JC 170. July gets 30. Jimmy gets 10 cents per share. Autumn Rain, $10. It's me, Joe, or it's Joe. Sorry about that. Joe, $29. Stony, 20. Stack and Loot says he didn't get filled. J Bird plus 15. Mac says minus 12 cents per share. Mac, you must have got in late. Quant Baby, $5. Peter gets 20. Greg R gets 41. And I didn't trade it. So you all beat me. All right, waiting on number 2. We'll watch this one to see if it continues. Don't think it will. We have too many sellers up here in this area. Good job, Gary, with $100. And welcome back, brother. I have a couple of buyers interested on this stock, but I don't think it's going to be just a few to drive it up. It's going to take a whole bunch. So probably not going anywhere. Robert over on YouTube gets $4. Good job, Robert. BLRX. All right, this one's already spiked up in a better price range, but it still probably could fly. Usually they spike up, pull back a little bit from profit takers, and shoot up again, just like you've seen on the screen. Pushing higher. I did get in on this one on that little pullback. I'm selling here. Wow, $2 for me at 1,000 shares, 2 grand. Boy, did I get it, or did I get it? 2,000 bucks. Hopefully y'all caught that move. Got to have fast fingers to do that. I had no trouble getting in and getting out. I think it's because I was doing 500 and 500 and then 500 and 500 out. Broke it down. You got to break it down. If you're going for 1,000, go for 500 at a time. That made my week. Made up for all the little trades I missed while training everybody. And I do miss quite a few. Aaron minus 137. And a lot of people got skipped over. Gary, you beat me, brother. 25.80. Good job. Terry, 21.71. A lot of $2,000 winners up here. Well, not a lot, but 3 of us. Jimmy gets $2. Good job, Jimmy. Good job, Trent, with 140. Profit 777, 74 cents. Good job, Profit. You make any money in this market, you're doing a good job. Good job, Doy at 520. SC Gem took a little hit for $100. Greg R gets 24 bucks. This definitely not a pump and dump, or it'd be back down at the bottom. They're still buying. They're keeping the price range up here. If you participate in these live streams each morning, you'll see that we get these kind of stocks quite often. Some of them don't hold the price. Some of them do. Some of them take money instead of paying money. Yeah, it's called trading. Yeah, Gary, thank you for calling that out. You made a bunch of money for a few traders. That's what's called group trading. I love trading with every one of you. Whatever I don't see, one of you might see it, call it out, and that's what can happen. Pro Dollar, we all seen it at the same time, brother. I'm streaming live here. Get rid of the doubts, Pro Dollar. We do the real trading here. We don't play games. Waiting on the next one. This one's pulling back now, starting to sell off after everybody made their Friday paycheck. Nice try, Joe, and good control on just a $42 loss. Chad Smith, only minus 28. Nice try, Chad. Metronome minus 9. So we have a few people that missed it a little bit. Gary just picked up another $100 for to bring his total up to 2604.00. RKLB waking up a little bit here, up in the $26 price range, almost 27, but does not have the volume to support an entry and an exit. May just be a couple of buyers coming into that stock to sit on. Waiting on the next one. BLRX may make another push up here. Don't know how far. Looks like the buyers are coming back in. These is the second run up here. They're not usually as good as that first run up. These are probably traders that missed it, hoping they can play the bounce off of the pullback. All right, enjoy your coffee while it's still warm. Just to update everybody on the streaming server, it is in my office. It is up and running and ready for programming. That's the best news I've heard in 8 months. The problem is I got to get used to all this new noise. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background, but it sounds like a fan blowing. Well, I got two fans blowing. So kind of hear a windstorm, some type of wind blowing. I'll get used to it though. It was worth the wait. If you can't hear it, that's good. Leonardo, I'm hoping less than that, but we're going to shoot for whatever we can get done. When it comes to programming, you can't rush it. You run into these little bugs here and there, and then you got to fine tune it again. Some of them can hang you up so bad, it may take you a day to figure out, what's missing? What did I do wrong? But we'll get there. We're very close. You are very welcome, Tim. Thank you for the kind comment. Amen. Stack and loot. Mac, you're finally getting rid of the minivan? You can't do that, brother. Just joking with you. I'm watching 13 scans this morning. I'm not seeing anything currently popping up like the last one. And all of a sudden, the market goes flat. If you are negative, you should not try to recover on the same stock. Don't really think $3 is going to matter. So that's probably going to be just your decision if you want to do it or not. But I don't see any way to get in here to get that back. And I wouldn't even worry about $3. Good job, Jimmy. Good time to sell a boat too, beginning of summer. Kids are out of school. Good job, Jimmy. Especially in today's economy. Good job, Joe, picking up $41 on Tesla on TSLL. Rain, that's the concept a lot of people miss. When you're buying large share size, expect a larger loss if you miss. but you can also expect higher gains when you win. It's just a matter of being able to handle bigger numbers. And I don't suggest anybody that's just coming here to trade large share size, stay small until you are very confident of what's going on and that your computer is set up and you're not relying on me. That's how well you need to know what's going on before you start trading these large share sizes. If you're still relying on me, you still have work to do. That's fantastic, Jimmy. I saw they were pumping BBAI again on YouTube yesterday. Something about Army contracts. They say the stock could shoot up, but then again, I don't play rumors. And they've been touting this stock for years, claiming it was going to be high dollar stock soon. It has made some attempts up around the $10 area, but quickly lost them. So if something does happen with BBAI, for us, it's just going to be a morning play and then we're back out of it. It did pop up on my scan, one of my scans. That's why it's on the chart. Not currently seeing anything spiking on any of my scans. You are getting there, Andy. Just hang in there. It gets better the longer you're here. You start understanding exactly what you need to do. Trading is a time thing. It's not you come here and do it. The more time you put in, the better you get. And hopefully, the better the rewards. Mac, the platform is Thinkorswim, and I am a programmer of Thinkorswim for 16 years. But I've been trading on Thinkorswim since the 1990s. I know the language very well, and I've coded some really good indicators over the years. And still coding to this day every time I come up with a better thought. Not seeing anything yet. Patiently waiting. See you later, Jimmy. Give me a call late this evening if you're up to doing something. Maybe we'll catch dinner. If you're just joining us, welcome aboard. Still not seeing anything. Naranjan, if you want my answer, it's 2 to 3 a day. That's all I need. We're not the day trading place that does 50 or 100 trades for $1 or 50 cents. We only need 2 or 3. That's right. Quality setups. Sounds like a plan, BBG. TLYS. TLYS. All right, looking at this one, the volume is flowing, but the sellers are already on board, so be careful here. There may be a bounce, there may not be a bounce. This could be a pump and dump if it keeps going down. Let's see if it attracts buyers from the paid subscriptions out there, from the paid scanners. Usually we see them first, and everybody else starts seeing them, and they come in and they start driving them up. Let's see if they can drive this one up. I don't think they will. I see a tall wick here of sellers, but it has possibilities. So thank you, Autumn Rain, for posting it, bringing it to our attention. Yeah, but we've seen no news stocks fly to the moon. That's why I don't care about the news. If it's got good news, it'll pop up here somewhere. If I don't see it, somebody else will. Looked like we played BSLK before. Got a bunch of lines up here. I'm going to clear them out. Nitrox, there is, you have to create some space here. And you can do that if you're watching, click the gear icon. On the price axis, I put 10 here on both of them. And on time axis, I put 10. So try adjusting those two parameters in the platform. It should give you space on bottom and top and the right side. I saw Holo moving early this morning when I first got up at 4 a.m. Was bouncing around, wasn't doing anything to impress me. Looks like the buyers may be looking at it again. Volume is still too low to trade. ECDA. Cheaper stock, under $1. I will not be trading this one, but for you penny players out there, this may be one that you can make a few pennies on. Watching those percentages in the bubble, we are at 68, 70%, 100%. They are pushing it up. Keep an eye on these bubbles right here, 100% buyers, continuing to climb. Got to be careful with these cheap stocks. They can drop faster than they can climb. I promise you, that's why I don't trade them. Profit taking already. So it goes up 2 pennies. They profit take for 4. Going to be hard to make some money on that one unless you are very patient and experienced penny stock trader. Good job, Terry. Terry is our penny stock player. Look like a few more buyers trying to come in. We need to get these percentages way high, though, to push it up any higher. Also need some green labels up here that we're not getting. We do have the green bars previously breaking above that yellow average volume line with the My Blessing indicator pointing north. The money flow, however, is now a little bit negative. Good mind control, Joe. Good job, Pro Dollar. Well, just like Stone Cold said, it seems to be a slow Friday. I have to agree with that statement. Scans are pretty much empty. Joe, I like to say that we're all vultures sitting on top of the telephone pole, waiting for that one field mouse to run across the field so we can all attack it, and whoever gets there first gets the bigger piece. VVPR, I'm being told. VVPR pushing up. We got another one here. Remember, the first candle was the first test. Now they're going to keep buying if the other people spot it. So let's see if we can push this one up for a few $1,000s. Hang on tight here. Watch those percentage bubbles. They're quite low right now. Now they're back up in the 90s as I'm looking directly at this bubble. Watching for green bars to come in. I'm seeing a lot of sellers here, so be careful. Don't just get in here. Big red bar, money flow is south. That's a warning. And it can turn around in a heartbeat, just like the first stock did. Watching that money flow at the bottom. As long as it's negative, I am not going to attempt this stock. Pushing on down. This is why you watch these indicators. They don't lie. Good job, Aaron. 135 on 300 shares. You must have seen it before it started pulling back. And it dies. Metronome, it's Friday. Maybe not your day. I would sit back and watch. Good job on the recovery, Aaron. Yeah, Pro Dollar, that was a bad one right there. Glad nobody took a big loss. Looks like everybody was listening to me at the right time. Got to really stay focused with these indicators up here to keep from getting burnt. See Holo making another attempt. It keeps popping up in my scans. Might be one to keep your eye on. It could just all of a sudden break out. The buyers are interested in this stock. There just isn't enough of them to make a decent trade. If you took a small loss on that previous stock that was up there, you're not waiting long enough. You're not letting the indicators set up properly. Don't be too anxious just to click the button. I know these things get your anxiety flowing really quick, but don't let that make you click the mouse button. Watch the indicators closely. That's a pretty tough hit there, Donnie. We'll get it back, though, brother. Don't sweat it. Lesson learned, you jumped in too quick. You didn't give the stock time to set up with the indicators, and it took your profit away. I like everyone to do. I don't know if you can afford that little recorder, but you should be recording your trades. If you record your trades, you can go back and look at them and see what you did wrong. It gives you a great review of what you're doing. So I would set up with the ability to record my trades, because you're not going to remember 2 hours from now what happened. You'll remember the loss, but you won't remember why. Yeah, there's some free recorders out there. Just type in free recorder in Google. You'll probably find one. Anything to record it. You just need a recording to review. Or you buy one for $50 or so and save yourself thousands in the future. Scans are blank, nothing currently moving. Everyone is saying that Microsoft's snipping tool has a free recorder within its programming. That's correct, Dallas, a screen recorder. If you're looking at a stock, before you buy it, reach over there and hit that record button. Or just leave it on for the whole session, but then you'd have to go searching for the places where you traded. So I suggest just try to click it on before you start the trade and click it off afterwards. Or pause it for the next one. Joe, it doesn't use a lot of resources. GK, it's over in newest free scripts, just above the stages where we hold the live streams. It's called ACCU-DIST, LVWR. Looking at it now. Looking at the volume flow is what I need to see first, and it's very slow. There's not a battle here. Maybe a few interested buyers and sellers, but no ants on candy. That's how I like to describe it. It's not being attacked. Good job, Gary. I'm going to stay away from this one. I'm not interested in it at all. The volume is way too low. And it has an ugly chart. Want to remind everybody, especially if you're new, what you see on our screen is not easy to do. We've been doing it for a while. So make sure that you don't just jump in here thinking you can do this. It's not going to happen. You might get lucky once or twice, but luck's not going to get you to the final finish line. It may even empty your account for you. So make sure that you watch closely every morning before you start putting money in here. It's easy to say, oh, I can do that. But when it's your real money, the mindset changes because you could lose hundreds or thousands. So make sure you participate each morning. Don't use real money to learn. This is not as easy as it looks like on the screen. That's a warning. Let the truth be told, Jay Bird. I'm all about the truth. YouTubers, we're headed to that 55-minute mark, which would be the free 1 hour that I do on YouTube on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, providing there's no holiday. But if you made a little bit of money this morning, or if you learned a little bit more and you're interested in joining us, don't forget we are transitioning over to volumespikes.com hopefully soon. But if you can't wait, you can join us 1 month at a time. That's my suggestion on Discord. And you can do that by clicking the label at the top of the chat, the white and yellow one. We'd love to have you join us, teach you a little bit of something about trading. Have plenty of support here. We got a great support department. Milo does training a few times a week. I am live 4 hours a morning for premium members 5 days a week. We have 60 plus custom scans, over 30 plus custom indicators. Some of these indicators you can see on the screen. So if you're interested in learning trading and you want to make a few bucks, or maybe lose a few, let's be honest here, until you learn, we'd love to have you on board. So as of now, I appreciate each and every one of you who joined me this morning and have joined me throughout the weeks or months or year, if you've been here that long. Really appreciate you hanging in there, and I know many of you have already joined us, and we are grateful for that. So have a very blessed weekend. I will see everybody on YouTube on Monday. And as always, God bless.